So you're in the market for a home builder. Here are 6 questions and a bonus to determine whether that home builder is the right one for you. Hi, my name is Fiorella Nira. I'm the owner of Nira Custom Homes, and I am a licensed general contractor and a custom home builder. So it does seem like most of the time when we get a calls or they have an inquiry of some sort, they always say, what's the price per square foot? And it seems like a lot of times that is the determining factor of how you pick your builder. However, price per square foot or average cost per square foot says nothing about the building you're actually building. Now, if I was building 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes that are all ranches, all in a basement, and I'm just churning those out 1, 2, 3, 4 every month, I can tell you price per square foot and be accurate. But as a custom home builder, when people are coming in with their dreams and wants and lists, and they're retiring or having their first baby, or they're building their dream home and they know that this is their forever home, there's no price per square foot because I don't know what you're envisioning. And it's not until we both sit down and go through the pre-construction planning process, we won't know what your buildable budget is going to be. If you're in the market for a builder, here are 6 questions that I think you should be asking in order to determine whether that's a builder for you or not. So the first one I would say is, what type of construction do you use, or what type of construction will be used in my home? There's many different ways to frame a home, and there's many different types of homes that are out there in the market. For example, you have manufactured homes, you have panelized, which is our style of construction. You have modular, and then you have traditional stick-built that gets built on site. So whether it's traditional or panelized, it's really important for you to know how your home is going to be built in order to really understand what the final product is going to be. In our case, we use panelized construction. That means that our homes come in panels. So each wall section is a framed wall section that already has the sheeting and Tyvek if it's an exterior wall, and if it's an interior wall, it's just the studs. And what happens is it cuts our on-site framing significantly. It cuts the time significantly. It also cuts the time that the structure is exposed to the elements by many weeks. So one of the reasons why we use panelized construction is because we're able to keep construction, one, moving along in a timely manner, but also get to a dried-in structure much faster. So that is why, as a consumer, you need to understand how that builder builds, so you also understand not only what your process is going to be for the building process, but also what kind of product you're getting in the end. So number 2 is asking the builder what type of homes they usually build. You have a wide variety of style of builders, I guess you should say. There's not 2 builders that are alike. We all build different structures. We all build for different type of clientele and with different goals in mind. So you have your custom home builders, you have spec and track home builders, and you have what we call builder grade builders, so a starter home almost, right? One of the things that you have to keep in mind and why you have to ask that question is because if you are looking, for example, for a very low budget home, because we don't want to say cheap, you don't want a cheap house because you want it to last a long time. So if you're looking for a low budget home, talking to a custom home builder, you might have to have a conversation of what materials will have to go into the home in order to meet the budget. And some custom home builders may not be willing to use low-end materials because they have to warranty them. And therefore you may not be reaching that budget that you're looking for. So it is important to ask the builder what type of homes they're used to building, both budget-wise, design, and the type of clientele. That way you can get an idea if you guys are going to mesh in personality and in goals and what is going to be delivered in the end. So number 3 is how soon the house is going to be dried in. What are the expectations for the home to be dried in? And what does that mean? A dried in structure means that it has it's been fully framed. It has the roofing underlayment, it has roofing on it, and it has a weather barrier on all exterior walls, and it also has all the windows installed. So why is this important? I think we've all seen structures that have been framed and it seems like weeks and sometimes months go by and nothing is happening to that job site. When you have excessive exposure to the elements, there can be issues down the road. So it is important to know what the expectations are and how soon a structure is expected to be dried in to avoid any issues down the road. That to me is important as a consumer. If I were going to build a home, to ask the potential builder, how soon is my home expected to be dried in after framing is completed? Another question I would probably ask would be, what are my responsibilities as a homeowner and what are your responsibilities as my builder? As I mentioned before, not two builders are alike. So there are builders who are simply going to frame for you. There are builders who are going to frame and do some installation. And then you have design builders, which is what we are. And we take our clients from the idea to job site visits. Sometimes we're rezoning the properties for our clients, all the way through getting the proper permits, construction, and then we are also achieving the occupancy permit. So you have to know what type of builder you're getting, what they're going to be providing for you, how much hand-holding there's going to be, how much guidance there's going to be, not only structurally, but also design-wise, how you live in your home. And that is why I also find that question to be very important, and what you're going to be responsible for. Are you going to just be able to walk in and say, I want to build this house, and ta-da, 1 year later you have the home that you've dreamed of? Or are you going to have to find the septic, the well, the foundation, and then they're going to only handle the framing? It's very important to know way ahead of time what your responsibilities are rather than finding out after the basement has been dug. Number 5, does your home come with a warranty? What is warranted in the work that has been completed? Who warranties that work and for how long? A lot of times the plumber, the mechanicals, the electrician, anything that is work completed is going to come with some sort of warranty. Not only a work warranty, but also the mechanicals are going to come with their own warranty from the manufacturers. The same goes for materials, right? For materials such as flooring and things like that. It is important to know that some stores that sell certain products like flooring, or stores that are more the bigger chains, those warranties are hard to put claims into and sometimes a little impossible. So it is important to know who and where the materials are being acquired, because you want to be able to pull and to, if the case happens that you have an issue with something is faulty, that there is somebody to go back to fulfill a warranty. Now, there are also additional home warranties that builders can offer. In our case, we offer both a 7 and a 10-year warranty. Those can be additional structural warranties. They can also be warranties on finishes. So it's important to know what kind of warranty you're going to be having once those keys get handed over to you, and how those claims get filed if a claim were to come up. What is warranty versus home maintenance, right? So going back to materials, choosing your materials wisely. So if you want less maintenance because it won't fall under a warranty, that's very important, and a total side note. Number 6, I would say, has nothing to do with your home or yourself. I think it's important to know the builder that you're working with. I think you have to ask how they got into construction, and what their day-to-day looks like and what they love about it. It says a lot about who you're working with, because the working relationship is going to be one that is probably going to be close to a year, from pre-construction planning to all the way to moving in, and then through the warranty timeline and any maintenance, or any future referrals for additions or anything that you may want to do to your home. So it is important to know who you're working with and how they got into the industry, so you have a little more background and that relationship can be started properly, and see if you both are going to jive as well. And then I'll give you a bonus one, because I'm so surprised that wasn't on my list. What the process looks like to get started, to plan, and to get started construction. I would say just the whole process overall. I think that you have to ask what it looks like to be a client. What is the pathway? What's the first step, the second step, the third, the fourth? When do I get my keys? When do we meet? When are we expected to have a buildable, what we call a buildable budget? I just think that that's important, because we are all process people, as we should be in the construction industry. So processes are a really good way to determine whether somebody has one, experience, care. Are they going to have care for your building that they're going to be delivering to you? Are they going to have the expertise? So for us, it's super important that as soon as somebody inquires, we give them a detailed timeline and a step-by-step of what it looks like to be our client, what it looks like to be building with us. And that's super important, the pre-construction planning process. Once again, take a shot, right? I think that's what we said a few videos ago. Every time I say pre-construction planning, we take a shot. So those are all the questions that I would ask if I was in the market for a builder or a general contractor to build my custom home. So that's really it. So if you are in the market for a home builder, I recommend that you ask those 7 questions. What type of construction will be used in my home? What types of homes do they build? And yes, I have this written down because it's a lot of questions. How soon will my house be dried in? What responsibilities do I have as a homeowner versus you as a general contractor? Does my home come with a warranty? How did you get started in construction? And the bonus, what does the process look like to be your client? So if you follow all those steps, you should have all you need to make an informed decision and find the perfect builder for you.